It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, they say the devil is in the detail. In the case of this week's cool career of editorial photography, that's exactly a very, very good thing. Now, there's a lot more to photography than just pointing a camera and pressing a button. So what exactly goes into creating that perfect shot? And can you actually make a career out of it? Well, joining us for our Cool Careers episode this morning is photographer and ELLE magazine creative assistant Niquita Bento, here to share insight into the behind-the-scenes world of fashion magazine photography. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So talk to me first about how you got into photography, from being an aspiring photographer and now doing it as a full-time job.
Well, I always knew that I wanted to do something in the creative industry, and I was drawn to photography from a young age, and I decided that that's what I want to do, and that's what I pursued after school. Yeah,
and it all changed for you in 2013 when you wowed the judges in the Style Reporter competition at ELLE magazine, and then you went on to become a creative assistant, which you are right now. What are some of the most valuable lessons that you've learned throughout your career, the things that have stuck with you that you think contribute to your success?
I think it's really important as a creative person to have a distinct sense of style in terms of your photography and what you do. So for me, it's important to stay original, like throughout everything, which is really difficult.
Yeah, how do you do? Because it's all, I mean, even in music, in any form of creativity, it's all about that originality. So how do you...
Yeah, it is really, really difficult, but you somehow need to stick with what you know and what you know that you can do. So I try and stick with that most of the time. And yeah.
So when it comes to getting into that originality kind of space, and you are now behind the scenes and you're preparing for your shots, what kind of things do you have to take into consideration to make your perfect shot?
I think it kind of just goes with the flow, and you kind of, comes to you when you're there. That's what I kind of get in the zone most of the time. And I think obviously beforehand you know what you want, you know what's going to be the outcome, you've visualized it before, and it's just up to you to get that shot. Yeah.
So I guess an enormous amount of preparation goes into it beforehand, before you even get into that studio. You talk to your clients, you know exactly what they want from you, and that, I think that's what it results in you being able to be in that moment.
Yes, that time. You definitely have to speak to your team and make sure you're giving the client exactly what they want, because at the end of the day, it's theirs, and that's what they want you to do. What they want.
And what do you think of the fact that, I mean, these days things like social media, Instagram, Twitter, it's all changing the space in terms of how photographers and people can actually market themselves in terms of their careers. How's that affected your life?
It hasn't really affected my life specifically, but I think it's just a really, really good tool for photographers to be able to share their content, because people want things instant, and Instagram and other social medias allow that, especially Instagram, because it is a visual platform. So it's just a great way to start a conversation and to be able to share your work.
And if you were to talk to a young aspiring photographer right now at home to give some of your best advice on how to be successful as a photographer, what would you say?
I would say that it is important not to give up, because especially in a freelance industry, it's easy to get like dampened spirits, and you need to just carry on working hard and just speak to people. Like, doors will always open if you keep making content, contacts, and just keep working as hard as you can, and just to not stop.
Great stuff. Well, thank you very, very much for your time. We really appreciate it. And that's it for our Cool Careers this week, chatting to Niquita Bento about how to become a fashion magazine photographer.